Okay, we got Rob on the line. You're live with Zeke and Neptuna. Can we just quickly get your pronouns?
We, us.
Okay, what do you got for us today, Rob?
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about evolution.
We got ourselves a science denier.
Rob, I just gotta ask, do you deny that evolution is a scientific fact?
Well, is it a theory or a fact?
Well, it's both.
If it's a fact, then why would you need a theory?
Well, it's a fact that organisms evolve. The theory explains the facts.
Okay, so if things evolve is a fact, then what is the theory?
The theory is that things evolve over time.
But you just said that's already a fact.
I feel like we're going in circles.
Rob, question, what do you think we mean by evolution?
Yeah, the process by which animals, plants, and other living organisms are transformed into different forms by the accumulation of changes over successive generations.
And what part of that do you disagree with?
The assumption that one thing categorically transforms into another thing entirely.
Okay, so you deny speciation.
No, I accept that there are different species of a given organism. For example, a dog produces a variety of dogs, but evolution claims that the dog itself as a category changes into something that isn't a dog.
Yes, with enough time and enough changes, that would happen.
So does that mean the canine category itself is a byproduct of something that isn't the canine category?
Question, have you read any of the literature on evolution?
That didn't answer my question.
Okay, well, these questions have already been answered in depth, and if you don't want to look for the answers, that's on you, Rob.
Right.
Okay, I have another question. How does random mutation produce hyper-specialized organs like the liver or the heart?
Well, that's fairly simple. The liver evolved from a proto-liver, and its advanced function is a product of natural selection.
Okay, then how did random mutation produce the proto-liver?
Okay, this is obviously getting into abiogenesis, which is not evolution.
Exactly. If you want to talk about evolution, we are talking about changes in populations over time.
But isn't a population a product of evolution?
Yes.
So how did random mutation produce populations if you need populations for random mutation? That doesn't make any sense.
He's playing word games.
Yeah, I feel like this is just bad faith at this point.
Okay, well, I'll ask a different question. How does random mutation in an individual start and maintain the process of producing a new feature?
As we've already pointed out to you, evolution doesn't take place at the individual level. It takes place at the population level.
Yeah, but what makes up a population?
Population is made of individuals that can reproduce.
Okay, so how can evolution happen at the population level if it doesn't occur simultaneously at the individual level?
As I said clearly, you have not read any of the literature on the subject. The evidence for evolution is overwhelming, and anyone in the scientific community who is at least taking seriously agrees with me.
That's a fallacy, though.
Okay, we got ourselves a film, bro.
Look, Rob, the fossil record alone is enough to demonstrate changes in populations.
A fossil is an individual. I thought you said evolution doesn't happen at the individual level.
The individual fossil shows changes.
Change is a process. A fossil doesn't actually show a process.
Okay, honestly, I think we've had enough. If you're going to ask for evidence and just say nah when it's presented to you, then we can't really do anything about that.
Okay, one more question. I promise you can move to the next caller. One more question.
Make it count.
Is it an objective fact that species change over time?
Yes.
Is species an objective thing in nature?
No, species is an arbitrary term we use to make sense of the natural world.
So there isn't really an objective thing called species?
No, but what is your point?
Well, my point is, how can changes in species be an objective fact if the existence of species isn't an objective fact?
Yeah, we're done here, Rob. Thanks for calling in. Call back when you're ready to be honest with us. Let's take the next caller, Neptuna.